Welcome to Janice Converses, and today I would like to talk about anxiety. There's a simple technique that I use with my clients, and it's called the ABC technique. So, when it comes to anxiety, what happens is a disturbing thought would just percolate up into our consciousness. And we can call this thought or the stimulus thought. But for our ABC technique, let's call it the A thought. So the A thought goes something like this. A. What if I lose my job? Then if I lose my job, I won't be able to pay my rent or my mortgage. Now that's the B thought. Then the what ifs starts to happen. What if I can't pay my rent? Then the next thought comes, which is the C. I'll be evicted. And then we've got the D thought. And it goes on and on and on. So the D thought, I'm going to become homeless. And then we've got E thought, how am I going to survive? And as I said, it just goes on and on and on. And before you know it, you'll be running through the alphabet, going from A to Z, or in English terms, as we call it in England, A to Z. So to interrupt the runaway train, as I call it, which can end up going at great speed, you're going to need to be conscious of trying to get as close to that B thought, because a lot of the times you didn't catch the A thought. So now you're onto the B thought. Hold it there, grab onto that, and realize that if you do nothing, you're going to run the alphabet. It's going to pick up its own momentum, and you're going to be its victim. So you need to try and realize that the A thought is where you want to put the brakes on. And you can do that anywhere by telling yourself, stop. Allowing yourself that you really have a choice. It's recognizing that distraction can help. Anything that's going to stop you from going from A to B to C, going through the alphabet. Once you get used to nipping these things in the bud, you'll become much more efficient in stopping anxiety and the runaway train of anxiety thinking, which has just become a habit. You see, without awareness, running the alphabet is something that just happens almost on its own. So here we are, raising consciousness, making awareness, where you can hand yourself over to the A thought, the B thought, and the C. Now come back to the A thought, hold yourself there, resist the B thought. So change the subject, go for a walk, call a friend, just getting away from hopping on that getaway train. And this will help to reduce your anxiety. This will help you to be in control of anxiety that can just ruin your life. So as I said, this is a self-coaching technique that is used as a tool, and you practice it each day and you'll get better. And it's all about realizing that anxiety, depression, extreme worry, these are all habits that needs to be fed, and habits can be starved. If you hand yourself over to the runaway train of insecurity, you will be its victim. So say to yourself out loud, I'm not going to sit back anymore and be a passive observer of what goes on in my mind. So I hope this helps. Leave comments below and let me know how you get on. And thank you for listening. You take care. I plan in a future Janice Converses to look at the subject anxiety and depression from a biblical point of view. And the question will be, when does anxiety and depression become a sin? So stay tuned.